So I haven't played Metroid in quite a while actually, I think maybe like a month. Like I said, this is kind of the time of year where there's just like a lot of games coming out. And a lot of games I actually want to play, so this one took a back seat for a little while so that I could focus on other stuff like Mario Odyssey, Mario and Luigi, and so on. But now I'm going to see if I can finish this. Like, I think I'm almost done with the game anyway, so if not tonight, probably the next time I stream this will be the last. Let me turn the 3DS game audio back on. There we go. So because I haven't played this in a while, I'm probably going to be a little bit rusty when it comes to the countering mechanic, but we'll see how we do. We'll see how we do with it. I should be okay. 4 Metroids remain. Not sure how long it's going to take to get those last 4. Knowing the game, it's probably going to take more than 2 hours. It's not like the moons in Mario Odyssey where you can find them like at every minute. Like, they do take a while to find each one. But I need to get reacquainted with this map. And the controls, of course. But I'm probably going to make some mistakes quite early on, just because I've got to remember how things work. Because, like I said, it has been a little while. We need to find 3 here. Oh, that's right, I can break that. I also have to remember how to do the Aether abilities as well, like they're on the D-pad, I don't remember which is which. This though is pretty useful, since I can almost break everything in one shot. Having said that, I really should be careful. Not sure what the point of this is. Like, make me go all the way back down again. Something tells me there's something in that tunnel, but it might take a little bit too much effort to try get. Wait, I can't actually jump into that. So I don't even remember the last thing I did in this. I think it was fighting that big boss. What was it called again? The big drill thing? Honestly forgot what that thing was called, but I remember fighting that at one point. I think that was like the last time. That's a teleport station, that's not a save point. So yeah, I figure I might as well see if I can finish this tonight. I've been meaning to get back to this for a good while now. I still think it's a pretty good game, by the way. Like, I'm not saying much because I can't think of much to say at this moment. But this is still a really damn good game that Nintendo's put out this year, and that's like saying a lot because there's like so many big games that Nintendo's put out this year. Like, not counting Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey, you've got a bunch of other stuff like Splatoon. So it's not just the Switch, it's also the 3DS that's getting some really good games, and the 3DS is pretty much on its deathbed at the moment, so nice to see they're getting the last few good games out this close to the end of the console's life. This is what I want to use. There we go. Well, this recovers your health, doesn't it? Yeah. It's a healing station. Oh, no, 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 no. Ah, I thought there was a secret in that little crevice. Hi, Deej. How have you been doing today? Been doing alright? Sorry I wasn't around for you to come over when you were wanting to come over. Ah. When was the last time I played this? Do you remember? Was it like 3-4 weeks ago? Kinda feels like that. I also have the gravity suit, so the water doesn't really bother me that much anymore. Wait, what? Yeah, if I didn't have the gravity set, I wouldn't be able to get out of that other side there, I don't think. Of that pool of water. Yeah. Is that a Metroid blueprint I see there in the background? Yeah. That's a Metroid blueprint. Oh, so speaking of Metroids, there's one nearby. We need to find 3 out of the last 4. Oh, right. It's a good thing that you get this screw attack late in the game, so that you could just like plow through the enemies like much more easily. Oh yeah, here we go. The Omega. And not the Alpha. Now, I don't remember how this fight goes, so I'm probably going to die a couple of times trying to remember the pattern. Just as a heads up, because it has been a while. Oh, I can't hit. Fuck, I can't screw attack into the rocks. Yep, I'm probably gonna die. I've got the Aether Shield on as my last resource. Or last resort, rather. Touchscreen, please. I was trying to switch back to ice there. You know, I'm actually not doing too bad. For my first time coming back in like a good few weeks, I thought I was going to die like 2 minutes ago. I jumped too late. Just need to wait for the right time and then I can jump. So I've been talking about that Pokemon movie that's coming out this month. Turns out it actually did in the UK. Like it's already happened. Like they only shown it in cinemas for 2 days this past week for some reason. So after that, it's not being shown in cinemas anymore, which kind of sucks because I wouldn't mind actually going to watch that. I mean, I could watch it online, but it would have been nice to go out and then just actually check it out on the big screen, like, you know. Having said that, I've never seen a single Pokemon movie in the cinema. I've never seen the first movie in the cinema. So, I guess I'll check it out at some point soon. I need to get aggressive now. Give me some more super missiles, please. Hi, MSP. Alright, I completely forgot about this attack. Oh, you beat Sonic Forces today? Cool. Yeah, it's probably a fairly short game. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I think that's my least favourite attack that he does. Since he can't shoot the rocks. You know, I completely forget that when he opens his mouth like that, you can parry it. There we go. Oh, I thought I had the super missiles on. Fuck. I could have sworn I had the super missiles equipped, but apparently not. What was the name of that drill boss MSP, do you remember? The one that I fought the last time? No. Yeah, get a face full of that. I just unloaded every super missile I had, which is, I don't know how many I had. I had a few. Now I've got 4 more. Come on. Do your thing. Yes! This should be it. There we go. Yeah, those guys are tough. The draw boss is named Diggernaut, that's what it was. For some reason I was thinking of the name Drillago, but I think that's a completely different thing. Thanks for the donation, Deej. That's actually the first time that's happened, so cheers. It did show up on the stream. Let's see, where do I go from here? I guess I just backtrack. There's no shortcut back. Unless there was a shortcut there that I just missed. Actually, yeah, I could have just gone back that way. Oh well. I mean, I don't expect people to donate, but there is a donation thing there. I don't know if I should change that donation animation. But I kinda like that animation because it comes from the trailer for New Super Mario Bros. 2, which is... like, just the animation of the golden coins dropping is fun, but also... see, I don't want it to seem like, yeah, I've got money, thanks. I've got money! I just did it because it's more of a fun animation than anything. I don't know if I should change it to something else. Maybe something more ridiculous. Also because that animation has like a big box that drops down, which is the perfect thing to put like the message in. How do I bring up the maps at pause? Yeah. Right, so we've got one Metroid, we need 2 more. What we do with the £1 caffeine for the stream, duh. I mean, I've got a can of Monster here, so I guess you just bought me a can of Monster. What's this again? Ammo refill? Yeah. Just as well, I needed more. I needed to refill the super missiles after that fight. If you're planning to change it, maybe you put getting rain on by coins. Maybe. I mean, I don't really expect people to donate. I mean, my streaming thing's got nowhere near like the audience for that sort of thing, and even if there was like more people watching, I don't really expect nor ask people to donate. It's just purely optional. Like, it's in the description of the videos, like of the YouTube video rather. But other than that, I don't like say please donate or tell people that there's a donate thing. Like, if they want it. At least it's not we've got to have money. Yeah, at least it's not that. It doesn't seem to be working. Either that or it's not. I'm going to change the layout for just a brief moment to see if this is working, because I don't think it's set up for the 3DS display. It's not working at all. Right, let's go back to 3DS. Yeah, I was trying to play the we've got to have money clip there, just for a laugh, but it's not even showing up. Also, I don't think I can go through this even with the shield. No, it just bounces you back. So I guess the only thing to do now then is go back to that DNA room. If I can remember which direction it's in. I think I know which way to go. Oh yeah, I saw the newest episode of South Park, by the way. Most of South Park this season has just been okay, like it hasn't really stuck out for the most part. Ah, why can't I jump into him? Does that not work with him? Yeah, for some reason I can't jump into that one. Also watched the new completionist today, like he reviewed Bubsy. The thing I have to give, like, I know he's a completionist and all, but one thing I have to give credit for Gerard on his review for Bubsy is actually show the rest of the game. Because see, this is the thing that really bugs me about people who review or like look at the game on YouTube. Every time someone brings up Bubsy, they always show the first level. Or like the first few levels, which are like the same theme, like the grassy theme, and they never show the rest of the game. And that kinda bugs me, because it's like, the game has other levels as well, you know? Like, I know it's bad, but at least show the rest of it. Or some of the rest of it. So I bet most people who watched that completionist video today didn't even know there was like a carnival level, for example, or a level in space. Silver enemies can only be destroyed by rapid fire, but that's good to know. Isn't it sad? Is it sad that I'm one of the few people who actually had Bubsy growing up? I had the Genesis version of the game. It was one of those weird, it was one of those weird games on Genesis where it was like a big gigantic cartridge for some reason. I don't remember what to do with it. What's this symbol for? Or did I not have the thing for it yet? There is a Metroid close by though, so I guess I'll come back to that one. Super bombs. Oh, yeah, that's how you use super bombs. It's that thing on the touchscreen, I think. Oh, you have to, right, okay, you have to hold down the R button, that's how that works. I completely forgot I picked up super bombs, like not that long ago. I think I got it from that Digger Knot. that. I'm kind of worried in case there's like breakaway blocks. I'm going to use the spider ball. Nice. Is that all there was up here? I was kind of hoping for oh, wait a minute. Okay, this looks a little bit more substantial, a different area. Oh, damn it. Yeah, I need multiple things for that. I need the shield, and I also need like the slowdown at the same time. I don't think I've got enough ether energy to actually get through that. Hi, Hamdi. Yeah, don't have enough. Doesn't seem to be like any refills either, so I'm kinda stuck having to come back here later. Remind me to come back up here later when I've got a full aether meter. How was Mario Odyssey? Short game? If you're planning to just go from start to finish, it's a relatively short game. Like, if you want to beat the final boss, but then there's like post-game stuff, where there's like new kingdoms beyond the main set of kingdoms. So I did beat the main story, but I'm now like collecting power moons so that I can get like extra levels. Yeah, like the meat of the game is in the post-game and collecting all the moons, like that's where the beef of the game is. Having said that, everything leading up to the final boss is also pretty substantial. Let me just make sure I've got everything prepped. I'll put the shields. Yeah, fighting him again. I think all the 3 Metroids are going to be him, like the Omega. But yeah, I'll be doing some Mario Odyssey post-game, so if you don't want to be spoiled on that stuff, then don't watch that, I guess. Just as a heads up. You're still playing Breath of the Wild and you're trying to look for the last shrine. I didn't really go for 100% in that game. I think I got like maybe 80 or 90 out of 120 shrines in that game. I might do some more shrine hunting when I get back to it when I play the DLC packs. I'm still waiting for DLC Pack 2 to come out. Yeah. Get a face full of that. Get fucked. I would love to revisit Minish Cap. I haven't played that since it originally came out. Yep. I thought he was going to do a different move there. Ah, too soon. Fuck. Ah! Yeah, this fight's not going as well as the last one, at least not at this moment in time. Has anyone played Shantae? I've played all of the Shantae games. It's a really good series. Also, why did I not take that? Oh. I better get some health now, or I'm fucked. Yeah, when the rocks drop, it's basically just RNG whether or not it gives you health or not. Also RNG in the form of where the rocks come from, like, because they don't always drop out of the same spot. There we go. That should be it. No? There we go. I knew he was almost dead there because of his colour, like he was bright red, which means he was very close to death. That's why I kept shooting. Because I knew he was like a couple shots away. That was close. Yeah, Omega Metroids are really difficult. And yeah, I have played all... I said that Did I say that? I played all the Shanty games. Which 3DS game are you talking about? Because I think there's like 2 on there. I think, I'm not sure, I think there's a couple games on the 3DS. I would assume you're talking about the Pirate's Curse. Oh, that refills your Aether. Right, that's good. I'm not going to take any chances and spin into them in case I die, because my health is not looking too good right now. I want to get back to the... Oh, there we go. I want to get back to the DNA room so I can find out where that last Metroid is. I know it said I've got 2 left, but I only need to find 1 more to get to the next area, which is probably where the final one is. Oh yeah, I need Screw Attack, don't I? You're excited for Shin Megami Tensei? Yeah, a lot of people like that game. I haven't really played a Shin Megami Tensei game, but I have heard that they're good games. So speaking of Breath of the Wild, since I mentioned that like a couple minutes ago, my Champion amiibos arrived today. Like, I got the 4-pack on pre-order from Nintendo's website, like when it was up for pre-order a while back. I'm actually kind of surprised that I managed to get a pre-order, because you know how hard it is to find new amiibo these days. But I did get a tip off that at one point Nintendo UK's website had them up for like pre-order, like they had a small allotment of them, so it was like a 4-pack with all the the 4 champions of that game, like in the amiibo form. I think you can buy them separately, but I wanted all 4, just for display purposes. And also maybe to unlock the costumes that you get with them, but mainly just, they look nice and I want them on the shelf. don't know when we're hearing about that Zelda DLC, they've still not talked about it. They did mention about a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 related DLC for the game. Like a costume that's like tying into that game. But that's about it. They haven't mentioned when DLC Pack 2 is coming out. I'm going to play DLC Pack 1 close-ish to the release of DLC Pack 2, that way I don't have to wait long for the next one to come out. Because when I streamed Breath of the Wild several months ago, I think I had my fill of that game not that long after I beat it, so I didn't want to like come back to it relatively soon after that and play DLC Pack 1 and then not play it for another couple months and then play DLC Pack 2. I would rather just hold it off for like half a year or so. In fact, that's been more than half a year now. And then I can enjoy the new content like all in one go. So where was that? It's over the it's over there. Speaking of Amiibo, actually, a funny thing happened that I'm actually going to talk about in just a second once I get through this. Right, so I'm not going to play while I'm doing this because I need to sort of articulate my words, which I can't do when I'm playing an intense game sometimes. So you know I got those three Mario Odyssey Amiibo, the Wedding Mario, Wedding Peach and Wedding Bowser. And I was thinking to myself, like a while back, I managed to secure a pre-order for the Bowser one and none of the others. And I couldn't find the pre-orders for any of the other ones, so I was thinking, oh god, these are going to be really difficult to find, even on launch day. But then came launch day and I found that a local store named Argos had all three in stock. So I was like, okay then, I guess I'll just go down there and buy them. But then I completely forgot about the fact that I still had the Amazon pre-order for the Bowser one. So I was like, okay, I'll cancel that. I looked at the page and then I saw a weird thing with the product picture. It said it was the Bowser amiibo. It was the price of a single amiibo. But the product picture was the triple pack. And yet the Peach and the Mario ones were just like their normal pixels, but that one was like the triple pack, and I was a bit confused by that. Anyways, I ended up letting it dispatch anyway, just to see what would happen. If it was a single, I would send it back for a refund. Otherwise, well, you know, I'll have three. Like, I was thinking it was just a glitch with Amazon's like pictures, like they put the wrong picture on the products. But that arrived today, and it's the triple pack, so I've got 3 extra Wedding Mario Odyssey amiibo that for the cost of one. So it's like, now what I do? Like, I think I might just sell it for like the standard RRP and get that money back. I mean, technically it's not scalping if you don't overcharge it, so hooray for money, because we've got to have more. It's either that or oh fuck. It's either that or I could send it back and get my refund, but then I'll lose the chance to make money. Money, money, money. Which way am I going? It's up, isn't it? Oh, that's right, I can't do that. So yeah, that was a weird thing that happened today. Ah! SNES scalpers on SNES Mini got burned, it's available again here. See, for me, I can't find it anywhere at a reasonable price. I should maybe check again to see if it actually is available in stores now. The Super Bomb can work on normal blocks. Yeah, it's a little late now, I've already found my way back up there. In CEX you can buy an actual SNES for £62 or a SNES Mini for £140. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about, like, there's still people scalping it in the UK. Like, yeah, at launch there was a lot more consoles to go around, but now that the system's been out for a little while, it's kinda hard to find one at a reasonable price. Like, and I still have mine, so I'm just complaining for, like, I'm complaining for the people who don't have one, who might want one, especially with the Christmas period coming. Like, because that's just around the corner. And of course, Black Friday's not going to make it any easier on people. Remember the days when Black Friday wasn't a thing in the UK? Those were the days. For me, I just shopped online. I don't care about, like why bum rush a shop and try to get, in the effort to maybe like get a half decent deal, when you could just go online and scan for prices vigilantly, and you'd be much more likely to get a good deal like on Amazon or something. If you're searching for something, just let me know, I can send it to you. Well, I don't need a SNES Classic, I do have one. In fact, I do plan to stream Star Fox again soon. It has been a little while since I've been doing that. Not sure how to get in now. Ah. I want that E-Tank. I know there's some way in there. Maybe I need to use a Super Bomb. See, I don't even have a NES Classic, but I'm thinking about getting one when Nintendo release more next year. Hopefully Nintendo's using this time right now to make a lot of them, because obviously the demand is there. Like, that much is painfully obvious by this point. Oh yeah, it's this room. Ah. Ah, why did I do that? Why didn't the fucking spider ball? I mean, I only have so much Aether energy to work with here, so I can't afford to waste it. Right, easy does it. Oh shit, we need to go around, really? Right, hang on then, gonna turn that off. Nice. It was just for a super missile expansion, but I think that would be worth it. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to jump, but not too high. Oh, there's nothing to grapple. Right, never mind. At least I got what I came for. Well, kind of. I didn't get the E-tank. I don't know how to get to the E-tank. Like, it's below me, I think. It's right there. Oh, right, okay. That's how you get to it then. See, I don't go far back as the Atari MSX2. Like, I was born pretty much when the NES came out. So anything NES onward is kind of like my territory. Like, anything before that is just alien to me. So I can't really tell you, like, I can't really tell you how I feel about those consoles since I don't really have any sort of experience with them, any prior experience. Oh, square attack. Yeah. There it is. Eventually figured out how to get that. Right, now let's go get that last Metroid. Wrong corridor, it's the one below me I need to go to get to the Metroid. Oh, hang on a second, it's this. Not sure how I missed that gap there. See, the NES, like, the NES is technically not this first system we ever had. Like, I do have memories of us having, like, a home computer of some sort, but I don't remember what home computer it was. Like, I was really, really young back then, so I think I was, like, maybe, like, 3, like, back then, maybe, if even then. So I honestly don't remember what we had at that point. Like, it was just too far back for me to actually even like grasp what the name of it was. But my first real video gaming memory was getting an NES for Christmas. It was like what was it called? The action set? It was the one that had like Mario, Duck Hunt, and the Zapper, and 2 controllers. So wait, what was the point of pulling that back? What did that accomplish? Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to place this bomb here somewhere. Ah. I guess it didn't accomplish much. But yeah, the NES, and then later the Game Boy, that's pretty much what sort of built my foundation as a gamer, pretty much. And as a result, I've always been like big on Nintendo stuff. Like, I was pretty much there from the start for the Nintendo stuff. Later on, we had a Genesis as well. In fact, we had both a Genesis and a Super Nintendo, so I was kind of very fortunate to be able to own both consoles. Like, I don't know how we managed to get both, because I don't think my family is super rich, and yet we had 2 systems in the same house. So at that point, like when that generation rolled around, I wasn't a Sega fanboy, I wasn't a Nintendo fanboy, I had like the best of both worlds. Because I would always hear these stories of like kids being like, I would always go to someone's house to play the SNES, or I would go to someone's house to play the Genesis, because I had the opposite system. For me, that wasn't the case. Like, if anything, I would go to maybe someone's house to play a game they had that I didn't, but that was it. Any other game that I didn't have, I would just rent at a Global Video, which is our version of Blockbuster. Not Blockbuster, what's it called? It's called Blockbuster, that's right. Yeah, our version of that was called Global Video, which is also defunct. I miss video game rentals. There's something nice about going to the video store, looking at the games, getting the cartridge, and then taking it home and then playing it for the weekends. The simple joyous things like that we can't get anymore. I'm not even sure why I'm in here. Like, people keep going on about this whole thing, like, oh, digital's going to take over physical, it's just a matter of time. But if that's the case, why do I still have shite internet that I can't download stuff fast enough, and why is there no online digital rental system in place to sort of replace the old physical rental system that we used to have? So, answer me those questions. Metroid's not far from here, actually. It's somewhere over there. Or rather, it's somewhere below me, but there's also something over there. Aether expansion. Oh wait a minute, it's here. No, it's not. I thought I saw something like a seam there that would show me like which way to go in. But it's not that. It's gotta be somewhere on this wall. Why can't we rent games now? I would pay €5 to rent a game for a few days and then play through them. Yeah, that would be cool. Like, I miss the days of game rentals. It was like the best way to play games when you didn't have the money for them. I mean, when you're like 10 years old, you don't get a lot of pocket money, so... I mean, now buying games is not as much of a thing. Like, it's not much of a problem since obviously we get money much more easily, but it's still... Okay, like, for some people you can't get like a lot of games still because you've got to like budget and stuff. GameStop is coming out with a rental service. I'm trying to figure out how to get to that ether energy thing that I saw down there, like the ether capsule. Ether capsule, rather. I'm assuming I have to go in there, but I don't think I can go in there right now. So I'll come back to that. You pay like 6 months up front, but at the end of it you can pick a game to keep. Oh, okay. You can rent consoles? Really? I didn't know you could do that. That's cool that you can rent consoles. Ah, no thanks. Right, so I think we're very close to the Metroid now. It's somewhere up here. The little beacon thing isn't flashing yet though. But there's the shell for it. I don't know why they're still showing the larvae. What they call it, the larvae shell for it, when they should be showing the shell of the form that comes before the form they actually are. So it was the one that came before the Omega, the Zeta. Like, they should have shown, like, the shell for that. Like this late in the game. Also, one-way door is now open. Oh yeah, I need to... That's the silver. Am I the only one thinking this looks like a boss arena? Like the second I come back here after getting the last Metroid, a boss is going to appear? Because it kind of looks like a boss arena. It's in here. Yeah, I was right, all of them this time. All three Metroids this time are Omegas. Omega cannot be defeated. I am not weak. I am not weak. I am not weak. Shit. See, for a while I thought I was supposed to hit its chest, but then I realised you're supposed to hit it in... Well, you can hit it in both. But its head's hitbox is a little bit easier to hit, so I tend to aim for that now. Shit. Timing is a bit off. That extra super missile slot will come in handy for this fight. Ah. So it's 1 week until EA's Battlefront 2 comes out. Not that I care for it, but I know that despite the whole loot box fiasco, people are still going to buy it in droves, which is the really sad thing. Like, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that it's going to sell well, despite the negativity surrounding the game. Because the fact of the matter is, and I know a few people have pointed this out as well on YouTube, the fact of the matter is, despite what people online feel about the loot boxes, there are still like a lot of people who casually play games without even thinking about the loot boxes, so they'll just end up. It's the same with Call of Duty. Like, people obviously grow tired of Call of Duty, but there's always like the casual gamers, like the people who don't care about the online articles and stuff, who just want to play the game. Wait, what the fuck happened there? Hey, Zachary. But yeah, just watch, like a month or so from now, they're going to release the sales numbers of that game and it's going to do reasonably well. And then they'll just make like more games like that and then just put more loot boxes and bullshit in them. Between putting loot boxes and microtransactions in big AAA budget games and removing single player or making single player less of a thing, the gaming industry is looking a little bleak right now, to be honest. Right, this should finish him off. Ah! Okay, it didn't finish him off. It takes a really long time to take one of these things down as well. There we go. One well-placed shot on the chest is all I needed. You say that, but look what Nintendo put out this year. That's true, it seems like Nintendo is one of the few people who are not going this route, and they seem to double down on the ideal that games shouldn't even have that sort of thing. Like, yeah, they've got Season Pass in Mario and Rabbids and Breath of the Wild, but that's like... that's kind of the least of your worries when you see all the other bullshit that big developers and publishers are putting in their games. Like, loot boxes is one thing, but the way Activision is sort of not only implemented sort of how the loot boxes work in the new Call of Duty, but also have like a patent to make it even worse. It's really scummy. And I don't think Nintendo believes in that sort of thing, which is really good. Like, they shouldn't, like... it's something that nobody should even think about following. How'd I get back out here? Is it this way? Yeah, I think it's up this way. Right, so we now have enough to get to the next part. We've only got one Metroid left. I'm not sure if I'm I'm not sure how close I am to the end of the game now, because there's just one Metroid left apparently. But I'll play for a little bit longer and see if we are coming up to the end game. Wait a minute, it's a little bit too far. But yeah, this is easily one of the best years to be a Nintendo fan because they have put out a lot of stellar games. But I think Nintendo's sort of shifting the focus of like not shifting the focus so much as like changing how the internal development process works, because they used to have like two teams for game development, the handheld and the console, and they decided to merge them together for the Switch. And I think that's paying off for them in a great way, because look how many games have come out this year. And as far as I can tell, there hasn't been any delays for the games they've announced. Like usually, like Breath of the Wild being the exception, but also the example here. Like when Breath of the Wild was first announced, it was like, oh, it'll be out in 2015. Then it was like, oh, it'll be the end of 2016, and then it was like, okay, it's coming out on the launch day of the Switch. But I think every other game that they've announced for the Switch, that they've announced a date for, has never been pushed back. And as a result, there's like a shit ton of games on the first year. Like, we're not even close to the end of the first year yet. We've still got like another 4 or 5 months left. And Kirby and Yoshi are coming out as well pretty soon. I think Kirby's coming out in February. I don't know when that Yoshi game's coming out. And then beyond that, you've got Metroid Prime 4, and you've got that new Pokemon game, and there's probably a bunch of other stuff they've not announced yet, so it's a good time to be a Nintendo fan, and it's a good time to be a Switch owner. I think the future's very bright for the system. Wait a minute, why am I still using this? I was still using the Ice Beam there for some reason. I wonder if there's anything hiding in there, in that big block. Guess not. Right, so we have one Metroid left. How long have I been playing this for? About an hour and a half? I suppose I could continue playing. Maybe I'll finish it in the next hour. Oh right, that's the silver one. So when I said that the industry is looking a bit bleak, I mean besides what Nintendo's been doing. Of course, when Nintendo even attempts to do anything, there's always the same naysayers that are like, oh, Nintendo's doomed. Every single time. even if it's obvious that Nintendo's not going anywhere due to how much money they made with previous endeavours like the DS and the Wii. Like, obviously the Wii U was a big failure for them, but they still have like a ton of money and resources and research and development and stuff that they can still make games for years. And Nintendo's still like, oh, people are still quick to say, oh, Nintendo's doomed. They're gonna start making games for other companies now, lol. Fucking hate that attitude. Like, that attitude died many years ago, and people are like, I mean, that attitude should have died years ago, and yet people are still doing that. Not to say Nintendo's perfect or not, they've done some stupid things, but they're also smart, they know what makes a good game good. You just don't always make the best practice business, like the best business decisions, but it seems they're like on top of things with the Switch right now. I think they actually know what people want, and they seem to be delivering on the promise of third parties so far. Like, if they can secure Bethesda, Rockstar, like year one on the Switch, I think that's a sign of things to come. Ah. Almost got that there. So where are we right now? How does zoom out of the map? Like, we've almost went full circle, like we're almost back at the surface. Like, if you know what I mean, like we went around. I'm planning to get... I have been saying that Nintendo would make their system just as powerful as the Xbox One and had exactly the third party support as the Xbox and PS4, Nintendo would kill it in their first party IPS. Let's see, here's the thing about that. You would think it was as dry, you'd think it was as black and white and as dry cut as that, but it's not really. Like, Nintendo used to be like that. Like, look at the GameCube. Like, they had a really powerful system behind them. They were trying to get, like, they had a lot of third-party support behind that. Like, they had Resident Evil 4 exclusivity for a good few years. But the system ended up falling to the wayside for the most part. In fact, I think it fell behind the Xbox after a while. So with the N64 and the GameCube lagging behind despite them trying to be the better systems, like, in terms of the raw power, they were like, okay, we need to do this from a different angle, we need to sort of figure out how else we can appease the gamers. Although they came up with the Wii, which is more for casuals, but it seems like they found a happy medium for casuals and, like, actual gamers with the Switch. The Wii U was the wrong way to go. That was partially due to Nintendo deciding to use mini discs. Like I said, they're not perfect, like they keep making stupid business decisions. And in that case it was like, that was kind of like the Nintendo equivalent of putting de novo in a PC game. It's like, it was their way of sort of having anti-piracy. Like, anti-piracy measures. It's like, yeah, you can't easily copy discs. But it also makes it really difficult, not for the gamers, but it makes it really difficult for the developers in that case. because it doesn't hold as much as a DVD, and it's a very arbitrary storage method that costs more to manufacture. So yeah, that was like one of the things that Nintendo fucked up on. Not sure how far I've got to go before we get up here. That was when the Xbox had its first console and the PS was on its second. Now the Xbox and PS have been out for a while, people have been getting bored with them. And yes, Nintendo isn't perfect, they shoot themselves a lot. Yeah, Nintendo have the tendency to do some really stupid things. And I say this as a proud Nintendo fan, and not as a fanboy, just as a fan. Like, I can admit Nintendo do some really fucking stupid shit. Even now they still do stupid shit, but it seems like they're actually getting their act together on most things. Like, yeah, you've still got like the YouTube thing that's like still penalising people for giving them free advertisement for their games. Like, that still annoys me. But I can't really think of one bad thing that they've done with the Switch thus far. I think they've pretty much nailed the system. The only thing about the Switch that could have been handled better, as far as I could see, is... and this is not so much a Nintendo thing, this is just how the third parties are treating it. Basically the storage, and, well, not so much the storage, but just the way third parties, particularly 2K, to name one example, sort of give you a retail game and then they make you download a shit ton of data onto your SD card anyway, making it almost entirely redundant and pointless to even have a physical copy of the game. Like, yeah, there's patches and stuff, and maybe there's like a mandatory patch, but how much you have to download in addition to the actual cartridge? Like 12, 13 gigabytes? I think that's asking for a little much. Like, if Nintendo would step in and tell them, hey, we would recommend you not do this, like, not recommend so much, just sort of put their foot down and saying, hey, don't do this, because you're basically fucking over our consumer base. Like, don't, like, if you need to make the game and you need more space on your cartridge, or if you can't afford a bigger cartridge, just go digital. Like, don't fuck people who buy cartridges like that. Apparently Skyrim will have no additional download for it, which is good because I do plan to get Skyrim. I pretty much decided that Skyrim will be one of the games I'll be getting this month out of the bazillion good Switch games that are coming out. That, Rocket League and Resident Evil Revelations are what I'm going to get. I have all systems, but I'm a Nintendo fan at heart. NES is where it started for me. Yeah, I said that as well, like, about half an hour ago or so. I said that, I basically mentioned that the NES is where I got my start. I think I was like 4 or 5 when I had an NES. I'm probably going to stream Skyrim, but it's going to be one of those games where I'll be streaming a good chunk of it, and then I'll play a lot of it off the stream. Because that's the kind of game where you have to invest time to do like side quests and stuff, and I don't know if I want to do all of that on the game, on stream. Because that game is like, how many hours? Like, for first time playthroughs, it's like 80 plus hours. So if I need to like character build or anything, I'll just do that off the stream. Plus it's the ideal Switch game because you can play it on the go. So if I'm ever out or anything, I could just do a little bit of Skyrim to pass the time. That's the first teleport system in this particular quadrant. Oh. I'm looking forward to getting Rocket League on the Switch, because again, that's a really good game to sort of have on the go with you. Also, it is good that Nintendo's not going with a proprietary storage format and just giving you SD. And they seem to be forward thinking with it this time, where they're like, okay, we'll make sure not only is it SD cards, but we're also future proofing it so that we can give you up to 200 gigabytes or maybe 400 gigabytes in the future with the upcoming high capacity storage micro SD cards, which is good. I'm glad that they're doing that. I don't think I can get in there unless there's another way around. I don't see a way in now. Not sure what the purpose of that is. Oh wait, I think I know what I'm supposed to do. You want to hear or see something about Metroid Prime 4? Realistically, I don't think it's coming out next year. Because this year all they showed was a title screen and that was it, like the title art. And of course there's probably going to be a subtitle as well, like Metroid Prime 4 something something. So I think it's still really relatively early development. But I could see it coming out sometime 2019. But I think they might show a little bit of it in E3 next year. Not a lot, but a little bit. I don't think it's going to be a 2018 game though, like some people think. I think I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to shoot that missile. Oh shit. There we go. I don't think that was worth it for just 3 regular missiles. Almost used up all the Aether energy trying to get that. You know, I've never completed the Metroid Prime trilogy. I've completed the first game. I've never beaten the second game, and I haven't played the third game. I've heard that the third game is really good. I was put off by the second game because of the light dark world thing, like that just didn't do it for me. But I would like to finish that and then play the third game. Oh fuck, that's right, that's silver. I keep forgetting silver enemies you can't screw attack into, so if you were wondering what the fuck I was doing there, I didn't realise. Anakin, thanks for subscribing to YouTube. Oh, guess I'm gonna have to go back rounds. But yeah, like I said, I think that the future's looking pretty bright for Nintendo right now. I wouldn't worry too much about the Switch. Like I said, the first year isn't even out yet, and they've already got a really stellar library of games. Not just like indie stuff, but a lot of good third-party stuff. And of course you've got the first-party games. Yeah, I've got the Metroid Prime trilogy. I wouldn't mind going back to that at some point. Maybe sometime next year I can play 2 and 3. I played 1 like a couple years ago, so I don't need to go back to that, I don't think. Not anytime soon. figure out where I'm supposed to go next from here. I think I might have missed something. I'm just damage boosting through everything because I don't care. Don't feel like going through all that manually. I think it's up there I'm supposed to go. Yeah. I don't know how I missed that. Going to try AM2R. I streamed that last year, it's really good. Not sure if I would say it's better than this, it's kind of unfair to compare the two. It's kind of like comparing apples to oranges, really, even though like they're both remakes of the same game. I like to think of both of them as their own things. They each excel at their own things. Like for AM2R, it feels more like Zero Mission in the sense that it's like basically aping that gameplay style, and it's just like sort of refining it a little bit. This game feels more like the next Metroid, if that makes sense, because there's like new mechanics that sort of add that sense of evolution to the gameplay, like the counter mechanic, for example, the Aether. Like stuff that you've never seen in the Metroid game before. Whereas in AM2R, besides a few quality of life changes, it's mostly the same Metroid experience you've come to know. But I would say, yeah, totally go for AM2R, give it a try. Well, they're both fantastic. Actually, I've got a feeling there's something in here, like maybe up there. I'm guessing you have to drop down from above to get up there. According to VG charts, Samus Returns sells 250k in its first 8 days. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, like, I don't know what sales numbers equate to. But I'm assuming that's a decent number. I heard that Mario Odyssey sold like 1 million in its opening weekend. Which I guess is no surprise because that's like the big Mario game, like one of the biggest games Nintendo's put out this year outside of Breath of the Wilds. It's good. Right, okay. See, I didn't grow up with the Metroid series, and my first real Metroid experience was Metroid Prime. So I have a bit of a different perspective from most people, where most people's first real Metroid experience was Super Metroids. But I don't hold as much nostalgia for that game as most people do, but I still agree with the sentiment that the game is a masterpiece. Like, it really is a great game. With fantastic atmosphere. Like, for a SNES game, the atmosphere in that game is just mind-blowing, like how well it executes it. My first 2D Metroid experience was Metroid Fusion, which I also got around the time of Metroid Prime. Like, both games came out very close to each other. In fact, there was like a bonus where if you had both games, you could use the link cable to get the Fusion suit in Prime. I think the Fusion suit is also in the Wii U digital download version of the game, I don't remember. I think it is. Nice. The sales number doesn't include digital sales. Right, well I bought it physically. But I know a lot of people also got... Oh, I fucking hate it when that happens. I know a lot of people also got it digitally, of course. Like I said, I like to have my games physical for the most part. Even though Other M gets no love. See, I haven't properly played that game, so I can't really give my opinion on it, but the general consensus is that that game really is bad. At least from a story perspective, it seems like it's a really bad game. Well, that was kind of a dead end. I mean, I got an E-Tank, was it I just picked up? Or a... What did I just pick up there? It was an E-Tank, or it was a super missile thingy? Super bomb? Yeah, I think this is just a dead end now, so I'm gonna backtrack. Yeah. Alright, it's this way. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to what I just picked up there item-wise, so I don't even remember. That's the thing with me when I'm streaming, sometimes I just tend to not remember. Like, I don't pay attention to what the text says while I'm talking. And sometimes I just go into autopilot and do stupid things. I've never seen the Metroid timeline, so I really couldn't... I really couldn't tell you what I think of it. I will show you something though, if I can find it. I think I've got it on here. So have you ever heard of the split timeline in Ocarina of Time? Where there's like a good future and a bad future sort of thing? Or like the good timeline, like what was it? It was the timeline of the successful hero and the timeline of the failed hero. So have a look at this real quick, because I think you'll find this rather entertaining. Oh, that picture's really big. How do we... Yeah, here we go. Close enough. So here we go. Metroid the Ball timeline. Failed hero timeline, Metroid Prime Blast Ball. Successful hero timeline, Rocket League. With the Metroid car. That was basically just me shitposting one day. I was like, you know what? Let's do, like when Metroid Prime Blast Ball first came out, that was the first thing that came to mind. I was like, wait a minute, this is just a poor man's version of Rocket League. What the hell, Nintendo? I thought you were more original than that. What's that? I'm actually quite excited for Rocket League now. Like, it's only out, I think it's out next week. In fact, not even a week, it's like 4 days from now. If I remember correctly, I think it's the 14th that it releases. So not that long to wait. What is that down there? I don't know what that item is, like there's something under that. Don't know if it's like a missile expansion or an E-tank. Oh, it's missiles. I wouldn't bother for it, but it's right there, so I'll just pick it up. It's not that difficult to grab. Sometimes I forget I have the Aether thing equipped. I need to like unequip it again. And it's time to refill the ammo. Metroid is approaching. Oh god, it's going off the charts. Ah, no. Wait, 10 more? it, so I guess we're not quite finished yet then. I was thinking to myself there, but that was easy, that was the last Metroid apparently. I just realised I was going backwards there, not forwards. Whoops. There is. You mean this game? Like, not AM2R? Yeah, this game's pretty good. The counter mechanic is something you have to, like, learn at first because it's, like, something that you're not used to. Having said that, I've not been using the counter mechanic that much since I've got screw attack now, but until you get that, you need to be a master at the countering. Plus most bosses have like a thing that you can counter as well, which allows you to do a lot more damage to them, so it's also good for that and not just like for common enemies. There's one. Ah. Shit. Fun fact, there's a Kirby game, Kirby's Dream Land 3 for the SNES, where one of the missions is to destroy Metroids. And the character that you meet at the end of the level is Samus Returns without her helmet. So there's a little fun fact for you. I think that's like the only Nintendo cameo in that game, if I recall. Ah. Yeah, they can be a bit annoying. Especially in rooms like this, we don't have a lot of room to move. There we go. Good thing I've got a surplus of missiles for this part. Right, we're halfway there. I think you take 5 missiles once they're frozen. Yeah, it's 5 missiles. I don't think those doors open up until we get all the Metroids. Ah, crap. I knew one was there, I just didn't know where it was. Due to the vertical screen crunching. It's not a good sign. We have one Metroid left though. Also 69 health. That number keeps popping up in my streams and I have no idea why. It's not like I plan these things and it just happens. Oh, thank God, a save point. Of course, who better to exterminate as the final Metroid other than the Metroid Queen? Shit. I'm almost dead, by the way. Oh, fuck. Ah! Okay, I wasn't prepared for that. Right, let's try that again. Is it just me, or does the Queen Metroid theme have some parts of the Ganondorf battle theme from Twilight Princess? I didn't really hear it. I'm going to backtrack to that this thing right here so that I can refill. I need to refill both health and missiles. So that's not it. I mean, the ammo is mostly full, it's just the health that's not quite 100%. So just a couple of things. One more should do it. There's probably an E-tank hiding somewhere as well. In fact, there's a thing that I haven't checked, so I'm going to check that real quick. Like up this way. Nah, it's just empty up here. I think there's something above me. I don't know if you can see it on the map, but it looks like there's something above me that I can't reach. Or was it this part? It was this part, actually. Yeah, never mind, that small corridor had nothing above it. I do have a feeling that there's at least one thing hiding that I missed. Like, 'cause I picked up regular missiles, but there might be something else, like an E-tank, just before the final boss. I'm looking at the map to see any spots that might be suspicious. Like, I can see one thing that I haven't properly explored. I'm gonna go back and check that. Oh wait a minute, is that not the room that leads into that? I should probably also have the ice beam equipped for this fight. Trying to cling onto that ceiling there. Shit. No, I feel like there's something up there that I can't get to. I'm trying to get to it. Ugh. Guess not. Oh wait, I can do it from this side, of course. You can bomb jump. I suppose I could have did that as well, actually. Nah, I thought there was something there because it was like a missing gap. But I actually just covered it. Right, I'm ready now. I'm guessing there isn't an E-tank for this part. Shit. That wasn't close enough. I thought I was going to do the parry attack that I could, like, counter. Oh well. Yeah, that thing takes a lot of health off you, like, obviously, but it really does. Just huge chunks of it. Ah! Already fucked up. Shit. Yeah, when it does that green orb attack and then it does like that laser across the bottom and back wall, it kind of feels like it's impossible to dodge that one. At least I haven't found a successful way to dodge it yet. I don't know if I can do the spider wall on the walls in this. Like the spider ball on the walls rather. I'll give that a try. Oh, you actually can, right? That might make it a bit easier. Yeah, because I can do that and then I can just go up there. Don't know why I jumped into that. Oh. Oh, why did I let go? I thought I was just to press it and then watch something happen. Oh, fuck off with that. Yep. Right, time for the bullshit to begin again. I'm dead. Fuck, I knew I was going to fuck that up. Yeah, I might be here for the next half hour. So you know how my stream says and more, that might not be happening, but Mario Odyssey is still happening after this. Because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take me to finish this, that's why I wasn't sure if there was going to be a third game tonight. Just keep that in mind. Crap, I could only get like 2 or 3 in there, but at least I got a couple in. Back to regular missiles. Why'd I keep fucking forgetting that he's gonna do that? Like, every time. Really? That wasn't enough fucking... That wasn't enough distance to actually get out of that? Okay then. I guess I have to keep shooting in the mouth till it stops, the thingy-mabob, just till it stops doing that. Because I thought, oh, wait till it sort of stops that, and then, like, if you do it far enough from the left, he should stop before you hit the wall, but clearly that's not what you're supposed to do. Also, hi Cray. You're just timed to see me die a number of times. Oh fuck, I accidentally used the super bomb there. No, I don't need any tips. I think this is my 5th attempt at this. I'm not sure. 4th or 5th attempt. Yeah, Diggernaut gave me the most trouble as well, I think. Nope. Oh look, I managed to dodge it that time. Hooray for me. Ah! I tried to switch to the shield to negate that fucking hit, but never mind. Yeah, I haven't quite figured out what to do there yet, so instead I'm just going to use the shield if I can't figure it out. Just let that take the hit for me. Can I mention one little tip? Not yet. Maybe after a little while I'll ask for something, but I don't feel like having a tip right now. Also, how have you been doing, Cray? Been good? Oh, why did I do that? I'm almost tempted to just restart them now. I mean, look how much health I lost from that. What am I doing? Ah, I was trying to cling onto that. Oh, I'm in the dirt. I think I actually just figured out what to do, so I'm going to try that next time. But I think I just realised right now what I was supposed to do at that part. Like, it took me a few tries to figure it. But I think I get it now. What the game is actually asking you to do. Nice. No. Don't you love it when you just hit the very fucking edge of the hitbox and it doesn't do anything? That's what you do. It's so obvious now, and I'm kicking myself for not having figured that out sooner. Outside of the allergies, it's been an alright week. You've just resumed Odyssey and you're enjoying it. That's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying the game. It's a blast. I've been really liking Odyssey. Also decided to try renting Sonic Forces. I can't say I've liked it. I'm really kind of hating playing it, and it's not really bad, it's just not fun. Yeah, I've been feeling like that as well, to be honest. Like, it's entertaining for the stream, but it kind of feels like a bit of a disappointment, a little bit underwhelming. Like, as somebody who is an advocate for Sonic Generations, I was kind of hoping for a little bit more than what this game offers. Like, it feels a little bit like, not just a little bit, it feels really lacking. Like, if you've seen my Sonic Forces videos, you would see that. I try to stay optimistic with that game regardless, but oh fuck. And this is why I can't talk while fighting the final boss of a game, because I'll just do stupid mistakes like that. Oh, I was too close to it. Oh. Hitboxes? What are those? Why can't I fucking land that every time he backs off? There we go. Oh shit. Fuck! I was hoping that back wall there would have stopped being on fire by then. This is not going to be easy, like this last part. There. Thought I could get a few extra hits in there. Ah! And yet that still does a shit ton of damage, what the fuck? Right, third phase. Okay, now things are getting a bit more complicated. Nice steady stream of missiles there. Crap. Yes! So far, so good. Oh, that's right. Do that first. I think I got in 4 super missiles that time. Ah. Hate that attack, because it does so much damage. I think I got it. Nice. Oh, pretty much mastered that once I got to the 3rd phase properly. Good fight. Yeah, that 3rd phase really tests all the other like you have to like wall cling and then you have to do that whole like just a number of things. Also there's a little bad Metroid. You did the fight at least partially wrong. Alright. You're meant to go into the mouth and drop a power bomb into her stomach. Alright, okay. I guess we've got a new friend now. And it can also eat crystals. Yeah, I didn't realise you could. I had a feeling there was something I was. Ow. I had a feeling that I was missing something back there, but whatever. At least I managed to beat the boss after God knows how many tries, like several tries. Don't want to die here. There's nothing down there. Thank God, a save point. I like that the Metroid is there by your side while you're saving the game as well, like that's cool. In fact, it's so small and harmless that the game doesn't even... Like, the game doesn't even recognise it as a threat. Like, look at the Metroid counter, it still says 0. I should just screw attack these guys are easy. 69 health again. Why do I keep seeing that number popping up in my streams? Seriously? I don't know if that's the number of moons in the Sand Kingdom, maybe. But I've been seeing that number popping up a lot recently. Like, just randomly. This elevator should connect back to the surface, it seems like. Also, again, the baby Metroid is by your side. Oh yeah, I remember this place. Yeah, I was wondering what those crystal things were for. That's what they're for. Good thing the baby Metroid doesn't take damage from that. Now you can get 100%. I could go for that, but I would rather just finish the story. I mean, I might do a 100% run off the streams, like, because I might replay the game in hard mode using the Metroid amiibo. But for streaming purposes, I think I've got my fill of this game, and I know that I'm near the end of it now. Don't know why I switched back to the ice there when I can use the plasma. Right, so this isn't the part I thought it was, but there was a part at one point where I saw a bunch of crystals that I couldn't bypass. So I suppose if you really wanted to, you could go back and clear all those parts. Nice. That's the first time I've had full health since the start of that boss fight. We're almost there. I haven't quite beaten Forces yet. I might beat it next time I stream. I was thinking about doing some of it tonight after Mario Odyssey, but I don't think that's going to happen. So next time I stream I'll finish that off. I don't think I've got that much of it left, to be honest. So yeah, it should be a fairly short session. There it is. Oh shit. It's Ridley. Okay, pretty sure this wasn't in the original game. Is this the same Ridley, or is this a different... It looks like a different Ridley. Maybe Meta Ridley, or like kinda half Meta Ridley, because it's like part robot, part organism. Right, so the missiles don't work. This works though. It's been explained that there's a transition phase you go through. Oh, okay. Yeah, hands off the baby Metroid. Ah! Ah! I'm stuck. Fuck! One more hit and I'm dead. Crap. I didn't want to die at him, like, first try. I feel stupid for dying to that. Whatever. Can you use super missiles on him? Oh, you can? Right, okay. Regular missiles weren't working. So I just think, oh, just use the wave beam. Or whatever that was called. Baby Metroid to the rescue. Ah! I don't know enough about the Metroid lore, if that's not obvious. Like this whole thing about like Ridley having a transition phase, sorry, and so on. I don't follow the story all that closely with these games. Right, phase 1. Oh, right, I have to wait till the cutscene starts. Shit. This game confirms Prime as canon though. I guess that makes sense since they're like working on Prime 4 right now, so as well as being like a 2D Metroid game to satisfy the 2D gamers, they might as well sort of tie the story together. Just to have one big like sort of connectivity to like the story from both games. Connectivity, I mean continuity. Same diff. That could have went better. Oh, I ran out of missiles. Well, I'm fucked. I think I got him. Oh! No, I didn't get him. I should have known there'd be at least one parry in this fight. I found a consistent way to bait him into doing that attack, which is the easiest to avoid, while getting a shit ton of shots in. Like if I just stay in the air, and then they'll start doing that half the time. Ah, shit. That's not at all what I was wanting to do there. Fuck. I want to move on to Mario Odyssey, and this is fucking going into overtime now. I didn't know I had one more boss after the Queen Metroid. I thought the Queen Metroid was the last boss. Nah. Okay, now I'm making lots of fucking stupid mistakes. I forgot about that attack. Yeah, I'm doing far worse now, I don't know why I'm doing far worse. And it's really annoyed me taking that many hits. See, that's my favourite attack that he does because that's like the easiest to avoid and counter attack with. Ah, too soon. I was ready for it there, I didn't press it at the right time. Yeah, he's got such a huge hitbox when he does some of his attacks. come on. Waiting for him to do that one attack. Waiting for him to do that one purple projectile in midair. Nice. I think I've got it. Just unload all of the super missiles in his fucking mouth. I think that was the finishing blow. That counter attack. That was a good fight. Despite my frustrations, I enjoyed that. Oh, my arm is tired now, just like mashing the button. Rip Ridley. I mean, I should have seen it coming. Like, of course, if Nintendo remakes this, they would add Ridley, but I don't mind it. The last Metroid is in captivity. The world is at peace. I was kind of hoping the game would say that, just sort of as a little callback to Metroid 3. I think AM2R does that. So yeah, that was Metroid Samus Returns. Really well done remake. If you're not sure which version is better, I really don't know either. Like, they both have their strengths and weaknesses. I'm just going to take a quick drink, so don't mind the sound of a can opening. Really needed a drink after that. Nice drink of, like, Monster just to boost. Just give me that caffeine boost. But yeah, both. If you can find it, I would recommend playing AM2R as well. Despite Nintendo's insistence that you do not download or play that because they don't want you to play fan games, it's definitely worth getting. Like, it's definitely worth looking for downloading and playing. But on the same token, this is also a really well done remake, and I would highly recommend buying and playing this if you haven't already. Like, support the Metroid franchise, we need to support it. I feel the 3DS remake, I'm not sure if I would say it's better, I'm still not sure about that. But I would say that that this game feels more like a true evolution of the 2D Metroid, because it adds like some extra stuff. Like the counter, for example, the counter mechanic is like something brand new, and it completely changes the dynamic of how you play the game. So even hardcore like 2D Metroid, like players who've played like all the other 2D Metroids in the past, need to like sort of get used to how that works. Like at first it was a struggle because a lot of people say that it's actually really hard early game because you're just not used to that. You should look up the 100% bonus. I think I'll do that off the stream, really. Right, I'm going to mute the microphone real quick just so I can go get the Switch set up, because I need to turn it on and stuff, like hook it up. So I'll be right back in just a quick second while this is going on. Right, okay, I'm back. Sorry that took so long. I had a couple of things I needed to get done there. Plus I was looking for the Switch controller, I don't know where that... Like, it took me a while to find it, but I found it. So there we go, that's the end of that. Sorry that took a while again. I'm not going to go on Be Right Back, like that's basically the Be Right Back right there. I thought the credits were going to be a little bit longer there, so I was like, okay, I guess I could do this now before we start the next game. And I just kind of left it hanging on the screen for a little bit. So like I said, final thoughts on this. Really, really good game. And this isn't even by Nintendo themselves, this was outsourced to... What was the guys called? Steam something? I can't remember. Mercury Steam, that's the name of the developers. Like, those guys have made some game. They've made the 3DS Castlevania as well. So yeah, really good game. I'm looking forward to Metroid Prime 4 whenever that happens. Of course, at some point we'll need to play the other Metroid Prime games, 2 and 3. I don't think I'll be playing 1 again anytime soon. Oh. Oh shit. Metroid Fusion remake? I really fucking hope they remake Metroid Fusion because that would be fucking cool. But yeah, that's like a little prelude to the story of Metroid Fusion with the X-Parasite taking over organisms. Hang on a second, I need to move the screen so I can see what that says. One moment. Hard mode has now been unlocked. Okay then. You can now use Metroid-related amiibo to unlock new content in the gallery. Cool. I do have the Metroid amiibos. I also have Mario amiibos. So all in all, that was a pretty impressive remake. I would recommend checking that out for people who have not played this. And of course, I would also recommend AM2R. It's kind of hard to compare the two and say which one is better. I think they're both equally as good for very different reasons. Like they're both very valid remakes that do their own things well. So yeah, that was Samus Returns.